I'm Daniel again, doing the next part of my series. Here at the lodestone for Draynor. Uh, if you look at the home port map, that is Draynor here. And again, I covered the lodestones in another video. On the world map, the lodestone is right here in the middle of this section here. The other nearest lodestones, one being here in Bart's Harem, and the other one being here in Lumbridge. So this is a handy place right in the middle between the two. The other being a bit further away in Falador and in Varrock. So this is kind of in the middle between four other lodestones, so it's kind of helpful. Uh, but we're going to be looking at the south central area of this main. This is Draynor, and right next to the Draynor portal is Death's office and War's office. Uh, War won't let you in until you get the 60 combat, but Death you can speak to immediately. He tells you that it's not your time yet. It's not your time yet, and then there's other dialogues that you can have. If you die in combat in the game and you lose something that's expensive, it took you a long time to get, you can go to Death's office and reclaim your items, or you have the option, I believe it was a gravestone or tombstone, to reclaim some stuff. They change things all the time, so just be careful not to lose anything too expensive that you can't afford to lose. This was a quest start point. This is Draynor Manor. So if you like storylines with a haunted or a spooky, uh, that's the Draynor Manor. There's several quests involved in there. So that's an achievement. Enter the courtyard. There's several quests inside there. There's Dracula type figures in there, vampires that you have to slay as part of the quest. So I will see that during the quest. So heading back to the south. So if we continue going south, we will see. Here's the Draynor town. Alright, so most of these buildings are in some way part of a quest. Here's the mysterious old man. He's part of a quest. Some activities. Then one of these buildings has a piece of garlic in it, which is used for a quest for the vampire slayer, I believe. I'll have to remember which building that was in. This is this one here is the pottery building, and there's a lodestone. Here's the pottery. So there's the oven. There's the wheel. Here's Ozen. He's part of a quest. Usually he's inside the house. Again, when you log in, sometimes these characters are in odd places. You just have to. Right, this one here. This is a wheat field. You can get your own on wheat, and then there's a windmill somewhere you can grind it into flour. This is Morgan. Uh, I guess you can sell rings, which I don't have any rings to sell. This one is Ned. Ned has ropes. Well, he was the rope maker. Yeah. He also is one of the task people. But one of the quests that requires the strong rope. He's the one, Ned and Draynor. And then continuing here is this is the Shady Stranger. That's part of a quest. That's Miss Schism. Here's Aggie the Witch. This one is they'll make red dyes, blue dyes, and yellow dyes. But this one was famous before the Grand Exchange. We used to have to go and pick red berries, wood leaves, and onions, and bring it to her to make the dyes. Now, a lot of the times we just buy those from Grand Exchange. So, Runescape has changed a lot over the years in that regard, as to how we do things. And this one, remember, the White Old Man is here. He's involved in several quests. We'll be seeing that in one of the house quests. The Wise Old Man's old house, old player-owned house. Interesting, they gave one to a non-player. It's part of the storyline. And the result of that quest is you're allowed to modify, but you haven't learned how to modify it yet. But you learn it from the quest that the Wise Old Man is involved. And then heading into the this is the market. So if you're doing thieving, you have the option to steal from market stall, but not this one. This is the angle. You can buy party supplies like horses, spinning plates, toy kites, so various other party stuff. We used to in the Santa's elves. I used to buy up the toy horses, and then I would put them in the bank. And there's the bank, which I'm going to deposit my runes now while I'm here. I bought these runes in the previous video, in the rune shop. So if you're following the series, you'll see that. I need to open my feather pack. So right click, open all, and that's another 1,000 feathers. Back into the bank, deposit all. Right now I have a lot of feathers in here if I want to do fletching or fishing with these. I have plenty. I put on my Valor tabs because I don't need to go back there. I'll put on my house tabs because I cannot use them yet. I'll use those during when I'm doing construction for the house. I will be putting there frequently to be setting that up. But anyways, as I was saying during the preparation for the Santa's House Parade, I used to trade, and I would buy the horses, and I would bank, and I'd come back, I'd trade, I'd buy the horses, I'd come back to the bank, I'd deposit them, come back. This would take me many hours because the 2007 video that we saw on this channel, as long as it stays up, there's a copyright claim. We'll see if it stays. On the background music that the guy used to record it for me, but I had to buy 3,000 or 4,000 of each. Right, so 400 buys of each. You know, and I have 28 inventory spaces, so you know, that took quite many hours to get them all, and then I would get also the fireworks and the firecrackers to hand out, and the bubble makers, the confetti. And I used to hand them out. You know, people would actually enjoy the would actually enjoy time together instead of spending all of our time skilling, because trying to balance out some some fun with the work. Uh, this shop here has on the same Draynor market has potato seeds and onion seeds and cabbage seeds. None of these other seeds, but what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna buy the seeds from her, because when we get to the farming skill, I'm going to use those. So it's helpful to have them to get started. You have the option to pickpocket, but it won't let me do that yet because my thieving skill is too low. So if I try to pickpocket, I need level 38. Right. These pigs are part of a quest. We'll do that in when we do the quest series. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna go ahead and put these seeds in the bank. I'm gonna create a new tab. So I'm gonna drag these potato seeds over to the plus sign, and I created a new tab. And then I will deposit all empty backpack into bank. I will deposit all into this tab. So that's how you use the tabs in the bank. Right. So let me now proceed further south. There is a tree here which does it let you chop this one down now? Alright, so this one will not let you chop down. If you talk to the bank guard, there's a kind of a funny cutscene involving the bank and the wise old man. So you can do that. Fun activity for you to look at. You know, if you're seeing it for the first time, you might find it entertaining. If you're this baby impling here, that's part of the hunter. So when you start hunter, you'll see the implings. Alright, so here are willow trees that are near the bank. So this is one preferred spot for chopping willow trees. That's the common tree. The oak tree is by the bank, and there's another oak tree on the other side. So if you're looking at wood cutting trees, alright, so you're looking at trees. Alright, so oak tree is 15, willow tree is 30. So when you get that level, then you can avail of those trees there for wood cutting. So there's 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's a fourth one there. Alright, so there's several oaks. There's one there. So there's a lot of oak trees here. There's a lot of willow trees here. Draynor is the good place to start wood cutting. There's regular trees. If you proceed this way, a lot of regular trees. They will after you chop down, you can do the dead trees also. If you're an environmentalist and say, "Oh, I don't want to chop down a tree," so, you know, even though it's a virtual tree, you're not really chopping down a real tree. Okay, well, you know, you can chop down a dead tree if you want to wait for it to spawn back. I guess if you want to roleplay that, you're welcome to this. There are various dead trees around Runescape, but they take a while to take about a minute to go back. So you want to, like, here's regular tree. Right, if it says oak, that means it is a special type, which you need a higher level. It won't let me chop down the oak yet. I need 15. Alright, the dead tree came back, so I can chop down the dead tree again. Little bit of humor, I'm not really sure it's dead if you go back, but it's a game. So, alright, and that 2 logs. So I chopped 2 logs, I'm already level 3. But I think when I open, we get some daily keys. You get daily keys from Treasure Hunter, and they give rewards. So I think I had a level already from that. So this is the Port Sarum jail. So make sure you know this area. You'll be using this during one of the Alcarid quests. There's supposed to be somebody here that locked up a prisoner, but I don't see her. Alright, yeah, this is part of a quest. There's supposed to be a character here that locked up a prisoner, but I think they changed the game. Maybe they only appear after you start that quest. I believe it's they kidnapped the Prince of Alcarid and locked them up here. So we'll look at that when we get to the quest. This trapdoor here, there's several quests. I'm gonna go back up because I'm just showing you that go pretty deep in there. And you're gonna go in there for some quests. And we'll go into that later. Alright, and then so we looked at the Draynor Manor. We looked at the Death's Office. We looked at the Lodestone. There's several quests that start in this area. There's quite a few quests. We looked at the wheat field. We looked at some of the buildings here, the market. We looked at the jail. We looked at the wood cutting spots in this area. There's a fishing spot here also, and the start of you start divination here. If we go east to here, that is the Lumbridge crater. There's actually, at the time of the recording of this video, there is a summer beach party in 2020. That's a special event during the summer. Other times of the year, like for Christmas, they decorate it differently. Believe they've decorated it for Halloween, before for Easter. I'm trying to remember, they changed the stuff so many times. But if you see an update that says Lumbridge Crater, that's right here in between Draynor and Lumbridge. If you see a part that says Lumbridge Swamp, that's further south. If you see Wizard's Tower, that's part of basically south of Draynor. Alright, so I'm going to show you the Wizard's Tower. I'm going to show you the fishing spot first. So here's the fishing spot. So there's a net and bait. Believe I need a higher level for this. Okay, so I can do low. It's letting me net here, so that's possible. There's another alder tree here. Right, and one thing that might be helpful is if I if I net fishing spot. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Alright, so net fishing spot, and then I believe at my fishing level it's level 1. No fishing experience yet, so it takes a while to get the first one, the first few, and then you'll um, uh, immediately level up after you catch a few. Looks like 10 experience for each one, so I'll need to catch 8.3, which doesn't make sense, so I need to catch 9, and then I will level up to level 2 fishing. But I'm going to right now show you the dead tree that I chopped a minute ago. If you click on that, and then you can use a tinderbox or bonfire. So let's try bonfire. Okay, there's no bonfires within range. Let me try tinderbox. Alright, and then there's a fire. Just try not to burn down the whole forest. I'm kidding. That's not actually an event in RuneScape. We're not actually burning down the forest. I can use raw shrooms, and then so click the shrooms and click the fire. You can cook on a fire, but usually you burn. So that's burnt, and that's cooked. So that's why I caught 3, because at uh, a low cooking level, you burn, and then when you're just at a level where you're starting, so after I get a higher level, I won't burn meat or shrimp anymore or chicken. But then at 5 cooking, I would still burn shrimp. I would burn herring, but shrimp a lot less. At level 10, I would believe I probably wouldn't burn shrimp anymore at all, but I would burn mackerel, and so on and so forth down the list. I'm gonna scroll back out here and show you. That's another alder tree. If you take this bridge south of Draynor, I'm gonna wrap up this video in a minute, because Wizard's Tower is really a separate area. But you unlock music when you're visiting places. But here is the Wizard's Tower. There are several quests. There's also some skills. The mini games. So when we get to the you see all the blue stars in the mini map. There's a lot of quests here. There's also a mini game. So we'll let me see if it lets me ascend or if I have to be a higher level. Alright, so I'm at the top floor. Alright, and then Runespan, believe this lets you runecraft. Alright, so yeah, so you can buy runes. You don't have any reward points, so you have to collect the floating essence first. After you get reward points from here, you can buy runes from him to start. Buy essence from him. So I'm gonna then if you collect the floating essence here, and you siphon the air essence, air essling, you're training. Let me just see which one is good. I believe it's rune crafting. rune crafting here. So this is a fast way to train rune crafting. I can then, and then when I leave the area, when I leave the area, it gives me all the runes that I collect in this area. It will give me a score for this minigame. So this is one of the activities you can do to start rune crafting in the Wizard's Tower. Again, we'll cover the Wizard's Tower in more detail as we do quests. So at least this for you saw it. I'm going to conclude the video by showing you another fast way to get to Draynor. If you bought the Glory of Amulet of Glory, like when I did the Grand Exchange video, I believe or one of the previous videos, maybe for Edgeville video, I did I showed you the Glory Amulet. One of the other options is Draynor, so I'm going to show you if Alright, so I'm leaving this minigame, Runespan. All of my trades will be converted to points when I leave, so it's okay. Yes, and don't ask again. Alright, and then I will, and it's only giving me that message because I was in the Runespan game when I was teleporting out, so I told it not to ask me again. The Draynor teleport spot is here in the middle of the market, and you know the lodestone was a little bit of ways to the northeast from here, so that's a fast way to get there. And you shouldn't, including remark, as you see how fast I leveled in that Runespan game, how fast I leveled runecrafting, but I'll cover that in a separate video on that subject. So I'm going to conclude the video. The next video will be on Lumbridge. See you next video.